Welcome back. Day 4. I couldn't help it. The sun was too beautiful yesterday. Had to bring some more sunshine for you in the middle of winter, so we're back. Today is balance and focus. Something really beautiful about the practice is a lot of these postures require us to focus in on a really intense sense of balance. In yoga, we call that our drishti. So our drishti can be both our physical sight, where we're actually putting our eyes, it's an intense focus, focusing on one spot. But our drishti could also be an internal focus, so where we're placing our attention at one point inside. In the practice, when we ask you stand on one foot and rub your belly and pat your head, it's literally, we're not gonna do that, but it's literally learning to train that single point of focus. And when we can do that on our mat, we can better do that off of our mat. So embrace and play today. Try not to take it too seriously. Maybe you'll fall over, maybe you'll have to lean against a wall. No big deal. This is for you and just your private practice. So don't worry about it. Take it lighthearted and let's just enjoy today. Go ahead and start though in a kneeling position. So thighs together, have a seat on your heels. If this is uncomfortable for your knees, you could take a cross-legged position too. Place your hands on the tops of your thighs. Eyes closed. Just notice the first couple of breaths you take here, really following them into your body. And with your mind's eye, as you follow your breath, that is that point of focus we're talking about, the awareness that you watch what's happening with. The next time you take a breath in, reach your arms overhead and stretch up. So both arms up, palms pointing in toward each other, big reach. And as you exhale, twist to the right. Bring your right fingertips back behind you, left hand to right knee. Just lift your chin, look over your right shoulder. And as you inhale, reach up, palms overhead. As you exhale, twist left, right hand to left knee, left fingertips back behind you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist left. Do that one more time each side. Use your breath. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, lower your arms down to your sides. Come onto hands and knees so that you can plant your feet to the ground. Come into a squat, and everyone's squat looks different, so don't judge yourself. Just be here with whatever you got. Just know that the more you walk your feet apart from each other and turn your toes out, the easier it'll be to take this position. If your feet are closer together, great, rock that. But either keep your hands on the ground under your shoulders, really supporting yourself, or if your heels are on the ground and you feel rooted, you can dig your triceps into your knees, your inner knees, and place your palms together. Wherever you are, try to get out of the turtle shell. So sometimes our shoulders end up right up next to our ears. So lengthen through your spine, chest, chin out of chest. So lengthen through your spine, neck long, look out in front of you. Bring your hands back to the earth, lean into your hands, and start to lift your hips, maybe lifting your hips all the way until your legs are straight. And shifting the weight back into your heels, soft knees, rise up, stretch up, arms overhead. And release your arms down to your sides, mountain pose. We'll spend the rest of today standing here. So, like I said, today's about balance. We're gonna play with standing on one foot at a time. Start by rooting, we'll just take a tree pose to start. Start by rooting your right foot down into the ground. I like to spread my toes, give myself a nice platform to work with. And come onto your left toes, turning your left knee over to the left. And you can play with your foot right next to the ground, especially if you're nervous for balance, or pull your heel up above your knee and place your foot to your inner thigh. If you're having struggle balancing, you can bring your arms out to the sides or just bring your palms together in front of your heart, lifting your chest into your thumbs. Or if you're feeling pretty steady here, you might reach your arms overhead. Even more difficult would be palms together. Wherever you are, drishti sight, eyes focused on one steady point, whether that's down on the ground out in front of you, on the wall in front of you. Just breathe. Finding a little more length to your spine. One more breath, stretch up. As you exhale, gently lower down, reset, mountain pose. Switch sides, so spread your left toes, come up on your right toes and turn your right knee out to the right. Either play with your foot down on the ground, so you can do this kickstand action, or pull your heel up above your knee. Wherever you are, palms together, arms to the sides, maybe arms come up overhead. Drishti sight to one point. Intense focus here for just a few breaths. One more breath. Inhale, reach up, lengthen your spine, stretch. Exhale, gently lower, mountain pose. Coming into eagle pose this time, back on our right foot, lean onto your right foot and even bend that right knee a little. Bring your left knee up to your chest so you can use your hands to really get your knee high and cross your left leg up and over your right one. And if you get it for free, you can tuck your toes behind your Achilles. Otherwise, place your little toe outside of your ankle. Try to be upright as you reach your arms out to the sides. So your left leg's over, you want your left arm underneath. Hold your shoulders. This can help because you don't have arms in front of your face, or bring your backs of hands together or double wrap for your palms. Wherever you are, squeeze your outer knees together. That'll give you stability and balance. And then bend your standing leg a lot, sending both hips down and back. As you lift your chest into your triceps, press your triceps down into your chest. Uncross, reset, standing on the left leg this time, spread your toes, bring a little bend to the knee, right knee into chest, using your arms if you need. Cross your right leg up and over, tucking your toes. Again, if you get it for free, don't force it, or your little toe outside of your ankle. Arms out, point your thumbs down, that helps the shoulders as you cross your right arm underneath your left. Hold shoulders, that's an option. Join your backs of hands, or if you get it for free, double wrap for palms. Squeeze your outer knees together. Bend your knee, send your hips down and back. Lifting your chest up into your triceps. Steady your gaze. Uncross, reset, mountain pose. Now we'll take a forward fold really quick, but we'll do a wide-legged forward fold. So step your feet as wide as your mat. You're gonna have to turn to face the long edge of your mat like I am. And make your heels just a little bit wider than your toes, not by much. And usually people take a pretty conservative stance. So if you feel like your stance looks kind of like mine, don't be scared to go a little wider. It actually makes it easier to fold. Hands on hips, squeeze your legs straight, lift your chest, hinge forward. So bring your hands to the ground under the earth. And if your hands don't quite reach, you could bring a little bend to your knees. Stay here or walk your hands more underneath you for just a couple breaths. Top of head comes towards the ground. Walk your hands back under your heart. Little bend to your knees. Return your hands to your hips. Lift your shoulders and your chin and stand all the way up. Step your feet together. One more balance pose. This one, you really have to embrace the lighthearted nature that is the playful side of yoga, and know that if you kind of stumble out of this, it's not a big deal. Just play with it, okay? So at the back of your mat, turn your left toes open to the left, so just kind of like a kickstand, a little bit open. Step your right foot halfway forward so your toes point straight ahead. Bend your right knee right over your toes so it doesn't go into the middle. It's right over your toes. And reach your right hand way out in front of your right foot. So if it's right next to your foot, you're gonna not have very good balance. So you have to reach it forward and a little over to the right. Bring your left hand to your left hip, and as you step your back foot in, stack your hips so they're on top of each other. Now stay here or lean the weight into your hand and foot, and maybe float your back leg for half moon. If you feel steady, I recommend making your lifted leg really straight. If you feel steady, maybe reach your top arm overhead. And if you're like a pro at balance and you really want to challenge yourself, you can just look up at your top hand. Couple more breaths. As gracefully as you can, bend your standing leg. Stand up, step to the back of your mat. Let your blood pressure settle. Deep breaths. Turn your right toes open. Step your left foot forward. Bend your left knee straight ahead. So not in towards the middle, straight ahead. Reach your left hand way forward and over to the left. If you felt like you were falling forward last time, hand a little more forward is going to help. Bring your right hand to your right hip, step your back foot in, and stack your hips with your bottom leg still bent. Stay here or float your back leg, making it really straight right away. That helps balance so much. Stay here, play here, or reach your top arm straight up towards the sky. Testing your balance by looking up or not. It's really bright up there, so I'm going to look down. One more breath. And as you exhale, bend your standing leg, step back, stand up, mountain pose. Through your nose, take a nice deep breath in. Through your mouth, sigh, exhale. Next breath in, reach your arms up, stretch up. Sigh, exhale, fold. Bring your hands all the way to the ground. Look forward. Walk yourself out to plank. Take a full breath in plank. As you exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Two more breaths in down dog. Lower your knees, have a seat. Bring your hands to the tops of your thighs, just a couple breaths here. That's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Day 4 is done. You have one more day. I'm so proud of you for sticking with this challenge. Reach out if you have any questions. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow. Take care.